Good morning. It's great to be back on OIS, and it's really fantastic to be part of that community here. And thanks to Maureen and Craig for setting up an amazing meeting again. Yeah. So you may know Novaliq basically from the area of dry eye disease, but now I want to share with you how our journey and science is driving us into retina therapies. So we developed a new category of water-free therapies. And we are actually known for dry eye disease and perfluorohexyloctane and dry eye disease, and partner with Bausch & Lomb, Mahoness Maibo. And then we have created a water-free cyclosporine formulation that you may know this is approved in the United States under VEVI and in Europe under the term of Vevizai. However, this water-free technology or drug category can really do way more, and we have clinical evidence that we have, it works in glaucoma, and we actually have a company in dermatology. Yeah. So what this said is a little bit of what we are doing is, and why do we need water-free therapies? So first of all, we can deliver higher bioavailability at lower concentrations. We can develop formulations that are stable, also at room temperature for products that are, let's say, more tangible. And we can deliver, and we have to deliver drugs to the eye, in particular to the back of the eye. We can do as well. So we all know the burden of intravitreal injection is going to grow. That's fact. We see it every day. And our thought and our response to that is we need to treat earlier, and we need to get the patients self-administrating the drug. Okay, you will say, I have heard this again and before, because this concept is actually not new. But everybody before us is trying it with water, and simply a fact that water cannot go to the back of the eye. So the API has to find its own way to the target tissue. Eyesol actually has very different physical-chemical properties. It spreads over the eyeball. It can pass the anatomical barrier, so it really goes to the back of the eye. We have the data. And it can potentially, in humans, deliver drugs. That's what we are excited about. We think diabetic retinopathy is the ideal indication for that. For a number of reasons. First of all, vision-threatening events, it's what's it all about. In particular, diabetic retinopathy has a very high tendency for progression into vision-threatening events. And second is we need to treat earlier these patients before these events are surfacing. So let's take a look at diabetic retinopathy. Wow, we understand that disease fairly well, but to be honest, for two things, we are treating very much down the disease cascade with anti-VEGF and angiogenetic pathways. So we think we have to go way more upstream. But as you see in this chart, there are multiple ways the disease is going to be influenced by. So when we think about diabetic retinopathy, we came up with four very important features. First of all, to stop the progression into vision-threatening events, we have to basically achieve four things. We need to target more than one disease path. If we don't do that, we will be not successful in our mind. It's all about inflammation, because inflammation prevents apoptosis. We think neuroprotection is really a key, in particular knowing that the ganglion cells, they die very early. And ischemia is both, one, a predictor in respect of vision-threatening events, but also they are progressing neovascularization, so that's important. So we have an ongoing retina program, and you see that we are not yet decided on the final API. All these APIs in programs, and I'm listing here 5, we started with more, they all work in diabetic retinopathy in respect of data and preclinical data, but this is not enough. We are taking all these assets basically in an assessment program to really identify those mechanisms and delivery and also the ability to translate into humans that is meaningful to really modulate non-proliferative diabetic retinopathy. This program is fairly advanced, but bear with me. We have actually readouts in the next 3 months. We have 5 readouts, and I think I need to come back to provide a bit more flavor on what kind of asset we're moving forward. However, I'm getting all the time the same question and say, Christian, can you really deliver something into the eye? You did it on top of the eye, but can you really do it into the eye? So I have 2 responses to this question. Response number 1 is tacrolimus. We have really solid data. We see delivery into the eye, into retina tissues and other tissues, and I think that is actually ready for clinical proof. And we also have good evidence that we can deliver small peptides. Here's the example of NQ2010, which is a 19 amino acid peptide that gives us quite good confidence that we believe that we can deliver this. We have currently ongoing PK studies to confirm that. And if this is successful, I think that asset could be ready for clinical proof. However, I think we need to move forward. And I think we took a decision now very recently that we will take tacrolimus now to clinical proof. Obviously, in a different indication, non-infectious anterior uveitis, I think is the right way to go. We know tacrolimus very well. It's being used orally. We can turn this now to a topical therapy. And we're sitting on a broad clinical package and already have met with the FDA on that. And I think there's even a high medical need when you see all these patients taking high-dose steroids, hourly regimens for days. So watch out for that because we want to put this into patients in late 2025. So I want to recognize really my team here that is not here, but we really have a larger team focusing very much, made really great progress in 2024, and we really think that we have a solution to bring to this community that is potentially exciting. And I want to leave you with a thought is I think retina therapies are up for a change. I mean, treating earlier, stopping the progression of vision-threatening events, it's all what about. And I think one of the messages of our company is we want to reduce the burden of intravitreal injections. Thank you.